Notwithstanding all the difficulties and uncertainties in the world, the fundamentals of our economy are as solid as a rock.
You've said, in fact, that there won't be a recession in Canada. Frankly, I find that extraordinary. If our closest trading partner, this immense country, goes into a serious recession, you really don't seriously believe, do you, that we can avoid it?
Well, Craig, first of all, I'm not pulling this out of my hat. You know, my view is that given what we know, given all the data we have, that notwithstanding that we will continue to have slow growth, I believe we will avoid a recession.
We will not impose a carbon tax. We will not cancel planned tax reductions for business. We will not be running a deficit. We will keep our spending within our means. It is that simple. The alternative is not a plan. The alternative the opposition is offering is just the consequence of complete panic, and this government is not going to panic.
I suspect some good buying opportunities are opening up with some of the panic we've seen in the stock market in the last few days. In terms of credit and liquidity...
Do you really want to be heard saying that? Are you suggesting people should be buying?
I think there are probably some great buying opportunities out there. I just happened to attend a business luncheon where a number of businessmen said exactly the same to me.
We asked one question about whether we would run a deficit, and I said no. That's my answer.
Let me continue with my skeptical view of a couple of things you've said. The other one is, we'll never have in your government a deficit. If we go into a slowdown, your revenues are going to crash all over the place. How are you possibly? Nobody really believes you can avoid a deficit.
Well, so far,
and you're not going to tell me what you're going to cut.
No, but Craig, so far with the slowdown we've had, we have remained on track. In fact, so far this year, our revenue stream and our budget is actually in a better position than we projected. We've done this very conservatively.
No, but are you saying then, just to get this clear, no deficit, never deficit?
We are not running a deficit. We have planned a realistic scenario. We've got conservative budget estimates. We've got a modest platform that doesn't even fill the existing fiscal room that we have, and we have plenty of flexibility in how we phase it. So that's our policy. We're not going to go into deficit.
I think in terms of the education job, let me just be clear on that. I think we've done a good job at educating the public to the view that deficits are generally bad. We now may be in a period where we have to educate the public to a somewhat less simplistic view, which is that deficits are generally bad, but there are occasions in which deficits are not necessarily bad, but in fact they are essential.
Prime Minister is the one who transformed a $13 billion surplus into a deficit. The Parliamentary Budget Officer said today that, and I quote, "The weak fiscal performance to date is largely attributable to previous policy decisions as opposed to weakened economic conditions." Will the Prime Minister admit that even though his government is ideologically conservative, it is certainly not fiscally conservative?
There are more Canadians working today than at any time in the history of this country. That is our record. Canada, through your continued hard work and efforts, prosperous, united, and free, the best country in the world. God bless Canada. God bless all of you.